Welcome back, everybody. So today's video, life path. This is the first video of a series of life path numbers. This video is going to be an intro on all the specifics of each number, what each number represents. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to 9 and 0. Then don't forget we have master numbers. We have 11, which I'm in 11. We have 22 and 33. So these are numbers that are going to be like a 1 amplified, a 2 amplified, 3 amplified, become more of a spiritual number. And I'll go into this more in depth. This is all numerology based, sort of astrology, but I'm going to be reading off of this book that I got. I'm super excited to share with you. The Life You Were Born to Live by Dan Millman. So I was at my, I do energy work with my spiritual teacher, and she has a list of books, and I just felt called to check this book out. This is The Life You're Born to Live. I just picked it up, read it, and oh my God, I got hooked on it. And I was like, I have to buy this book, and I got to make videos and share it with everybody. It talks about each number. So like, for example, the number 1 is creativity and confidence. So for example, me, I'm an 11, so you have like 1 on steroids, right? And then 1 plus 1 is 2. So you have 1 energy and 2 energy. So it kind of works like that. Each number represents something. Say you're number 1, and when you're in life, when you're in the positive, meaning things are going good for you, you're going to feel this type of way. If you're a 1 in the negative, then you're going to feel this way. It couldn't be the opposite though. So if 1, you're feeling very secure and you're moving forward, in the negative, it could be something like you're feeling insecure, unsure of where you're moving in life and what to do. So it kind of works as like a personality test, an Enneagram, your zodiac. So it kind of helps you. It's a tool that we can use to find our purpose, our career field, and what other numbers we're compatible with. So it's very interesting, and it helps you. It can help you understand yourself better. So I'm going to be reading directly from this book itself, and I'll list it. I'll give a link to the resource, and you guys can read more about it if you want. So again, I'm going to be making videos on each number individual, and this one's just a very basic overview of each number. And to get your number, you take each of you take your birth date and you add up each individual digit, and you might get, let's say you get a 29, and then you put 2 plus 9 is, for me, it would be 11. So you have 2 energy, 9 energy, and an 11 energy. So you have a 29 11, then you have a 38 11. You may have a I think it's a 47 11. So you have energies of 4 and 7, and energy and characteristics of a 3 and 8 11. You see, so not all numbers are created equal. Not all 11s are going to be created equal. Each is going to be different and has true potential and power in their number. So number 1s, according to Dan Millman, number 1s manifest their creativity and confidence. 2s become consummate and balanced diplomats. Consummate, I don't know that word. Consummate. 3s uplift with their expression and sensitivity. 4s master the step-by-step process to reach each of their goals. 5s find inner freedom through discipline. 6 see the bigger picture and accept the innate perfection of the world. 7s open up to a point of faith in themselves and others. 8s achieve and use abundance and power for a higher purpose. And 9s lead by their inspiring example of integrity and higher wisdom. And in the positive and negatives. So I'll read that. That's going to give a really great understanding of the number. So when the life path, the life purpose of number 1, which is creativity and confidence, when they're in the positive, they channel high energy and inspiration into creativity and service. They feel secure with oneself. When they're in the negative, they feel blocked, stuck, frustrated, feels inferior, ill, lethargic, insecure, and possibly addicted. So because I'm an 11, I have also these characteristics of 1, and I notice that within myself. When I feel like I'm moving forward with purpose in life, I do feel more secure with myself. I do feel like I'm on a purpose. I'm on my flow. I have momentum and I'm moving forward. But if I'm not, or if I do feel blocked, I'll feel the negative, and the doubts will creep in, or I don't feel as creative. I'm not flowing. Number 2 is cooperation and balance. And the positive has clear sense of personal boundaries and limits, supports self and others in equal measure. In the negative, they'll feel overwhelmed, resistant, and reactive. Starts out overly helpful, then suddenly withdraws. Again, speaking on personal experience, because I'm an 11, 1 plus 1 is 2. So 11s have 1 energy and 2 energy. So I actually have experienced stuff like this. And number 2 energy is feminine moon energy. 1 is sun. When 2s want to be helpful, they have a lot of empathy. It's a feminine energy, empathy, and they want to help. And I've personally helped too much to a point where you can feel drained because you haven't set that boundary yet. So that's part of the journey, of the spiritual journey, is to learn your own boundaries and what you can and cannot do, your strengths and weaknesses. You might feel drained and upset, and that's why you can suddenly feel drained and withdrawal. Number 3, expression and sensitivity. Engages in heartfelt, uplifting expression, communicates with inspiration, sensitivity, and joy. In the negative, they feel depressed and disappointed, overly sensitive, complains and criticizes, filled with self-doubt. Number 4, in the positive, stability and process. Prepares well and progresses step by step, patiently follows through, balances logic and emotion. In the negative, they want it all now. They skip steps, they're very ambitious and patient, confused, lack stability or follow through. In the positive, freedom and discipline. Uses multifaceted talents in a focused way, applies discipline to achieve independence. In the negative, they swing from extreme dependence to independence. They're scattered and they try to do too much. They bluff and pretend. Number 6, life purpose. Vision and acceptance. Sees the bigger picture, forgiving and patient, does excellent work without failing, falling into perfectionism, accepts self and others. In the negative, hypercritical, judges self and others against perfectionistic standards, lost in petty details. Number 7 is trust and openness. Trust innermost feelings, trust others enough to open heart, take emotional risk and shares feelings. In the negative, they feel bitter, betrayed, paranoid. They use their mind as a shield. They don't trust self or others. Number 8 in the positive, abundance and power. Enjoys abundance and influence without concern or abuse. Shares blessings generously and wisely. In the negative, they are afraid of, yet preoccupied with issues of money, power, control, and recognition. And the self-sabotage. Number 9 in the positive is integrity and wisdom. Live in alignment with higher principles, leads by example, manifests depth, charisma, and wisdom. In the negative, has lost sight of higher purpose. They feel lonely and cut off, locked in the mind, out of touch with heart and intuitive guidance. And 0 in the positive, use gifts of sensitivity, strength, expressiveness, and intuition in service for others and for higher purpose. In the negative, they'll feel hypersensitive, nervous, stubborn, sarcastic, confused by internal feelings or intuitions. What I love about this book is he goes into, when we come here, we have all these problems and the purpose is to overcome them. So for example, a 1, they may feel insecure to express their creativity and self-expression, but their purpose is to work on that to become great and reach a potential in expression and creativity, because they're meant to share their message with the world, or their closer world, their internal, people closest to them, their local environment. If we are here as ones to manifest creativity and confidence in the world, we first need to experience it flowing within us. If we are here as 2s to achieve a true cooperation and balance in the world, we first need to establish balance and integration in our own psyche. If we are here as 3s to share positive expression and sensitivity with the world, we first need to connect with our own deepest emotions. If we are here as 4s to establish stability and follow process in the world, we first need to apply a clear process to build inner stability. If we're here as 5s to achieve freedom and discipline, we first need to apply discipline to find our inner freedom. If we are here as 6s to embody vision and acceptance in the world, we first need to accept perfection in our own life. If we're here as 7s to experience trust and openness in the world, we first need to trust ourselves and open our life and our heart. If we are here as 8s to achieve abundance and power in the world, we first need to experience a sense of internal abundance. If we're here as 9 to manifest integrity and wisdom in the world, we first need to find higher principles within. This is a huge book. I recommend to read it because there's going to be way too much for me to cover, but I'm going to give you the basis, and I will go more in depth on each number to give you guys more strengths and weaknesses, what you're here to do, and how you're supposed to do it. Because each chapter each number has its own chapter within itself. It talks about the challenges, strengths and weaknesses, and other celebrities that have this number and what have they've done in their life. Birth numbers as career guides. So again, this is always the purpose of reading a book like this, looking into numerology and astrology, is to really guide you in your life, to have some sort of goalpost, to have some sort of mentor, and it's written in the numbers. Even though people working the same life path may cluster around certain kinds of fields, such as social service work for number 2s and 4s, or research and scholarship for 7s and 9, too many factors intervene to predict the work of any one person that they should or will pursue. So, you know, everything is here to guide you, but it may not be the answer. Like, some people love astrology and numerology, but for some people it's not 100% accurate for them, but it's just a tool. It's just a tool to work with. So in the next video, see, each chapter, each life path has its own chapter. So number 1 is creativity and confidence, and we're going to go into the life purpose. I don't know if you can see that, but it will go into the life purpose of that number, and we'll go into each number. So just an example, you have here a 46. When you add them together, you get a 1 or 10, right? So you have the life path of a 1, but you have energy of 1 and 0 and the 4 and 6. But then you can have a 3 and 7, and so you have energy of 3, 7, and still a 1. So it just kind of breaks it down a bit further. When you first get into numerology, you may only see is like you'll have 1 through 9, but you really have those 2 numbers that add up to your number first. For example, like I mentioned, my number is 29, which is an 11, so I have energies of a 2 and a 9. Some people have a 3, 8, 38, and 11, so they have 3, 8, and 11. Some 11s will have 4 and 7, which is 11. So it just breaks down each number more. So you can understand more of yourself. You have 4 energy and 7 energy and 11 energy. So this book, The Life You Were Born to Live, stay tuned for each life path number video.